What? Turn off your Wi-Fi on your phone. We're having issues with the router.
Oh, here you go. I'll connect to the Wi-Fi and tell everyone who's using it all. My MacBook Pro.
Oh, I'm on yeah, I have no choice but to have my computer on the Wi-Fi.
No problem.
Because I'm going to be posting to social media when we go live.
Yes. And then the only other person is, yeah, just the Max. So we should be good now.
What? I could try hotspotting to what? Who now?
Oh, he could create a hotspot for you to connect to.
Oh. I mean, you can do that if you want to. Yeah. What is it called? It's not there yet. Looking for networks. That one? Oh, that one. I was looking for. My bad. I was looking for that crazy number that you just said. Dear Lord.
Go for it. What you got?
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's appeared to work. Let's see if I can read.
And I put it into the guitar player.
Yeah, okay, so I'm off the Wi-Fi too now. I'm on Drake's hotspot.
Sweet.
So I am off the
Oh, yeah, I
Wi-Fi.
can do that. Let's see what we got.
What are we doing? Right now, I've had enough of this. Right now, I am a crazy bitch. I'm gonna say fuck in this version. Right now, I've had enough of this. I gotta be on my way. Right now, I got a scratchy itch, and there's no reason for me to stay. I'm a full of motion. I wear my heart on my sleeve in a harmonic motion. I've never been so naive. I'm a big girl now, you can tear me down. I'm not your lemon squeeze. I'm a powerhouse potion, and I can sleep wherever I please. Yeah. Right now, I've had enough of this. Right now, I only have one wish. Right now, I've had enough of this, and nothing else you can do. Right now, I've got a ball to break, and there's nobody to but you. I'm a ball of emotion. I wear my heart on my sleeve in a harmonic motion. I've never been so naive. I'm a big girl now, you can tear me down. I'm been so naive. I'm a big girl now, you can't tear me down. I'm not your limit to squeeze. I'm a powerhouse potion, and I can sleep wherever I fucking please. I'm a bottle of emotion. I wear my heart on my sleeve in a harmonic motion. I've never been so naive. I'm a big girl now, you can't tear me down. I'm not your limit to squeeze. I'm a powerhouse potion, and I can sleep wherever I please. Yeah. Right now. Did everything get fixed? Did everything? No?
Exactly. Like I turned.
I
turned the
can't
drums
hear you.
completely off because
Oh. What? Oh.
he's just throwing it out there. Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by the G Chord. That's right. I'm just gonna give you one more time. Sexy Phil. I can kind of hear you, but it can be that. I thought I said shine, should have known, then look out, but maybe I'm a liar.
I just, so you want to do a shine, should have known, then look out the third one?
That's fine.
Okay.
Say that one more time. Yeah.
Not in preview.
Oh. Is it too distorted? What is it? Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I'm over there.
Without hitting me.
Move a little closer.
Did you turn your guitar down? Okay. I was like, I lost you. I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. I can't hear you. Drake, yay! Drake, the internet. Drake, the internet. Drake. You fucked it up.
That should be the intro song. Let's do the other one.
When she comes. Johnny Cash. What did Drake do to fix the internet?
Are we doing this whole thing in
That just made my life. I'm kind of sad. That's what she said. You know what I just realized though? My Uncle David sounds like David Letterman. Because you sounded like my Uncle David when
exactly
you were
like
doing
this.
David Letterman. I just
They used to
realized
tell
that.
me, don't talk with a list, but then I said, you know what? Maybe it works for me.
do you do the voice for
Yeah, there you go.
Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous?
No, don't do that.
Lifestyles of the poor and unknown. Here we see the latest in Versace design.
Paige, have you ever met Erin G? Oh yeah, she had. Okay.
I'm about to change your life. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, so very, very close to the 12 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. So
Do you think we'll be okay in 3 minutes?
I think
Phil
so.
or Lauren
It's quite possible.
and or Drake?
Know that their buffers okay.
That's good.
Probably doing all right.
Seems right. It's always the case with this. It's always seems.
Seems clear.
Yeah. Literally and figuratively.
You live your life like a candle in the head. Never know to tell
Kevin, why are you having a meltdown? Okay. It looked like a meltdown.
I'm gonna say how to drink. There we go. I just found it.
Hold on a second.
I
Are
can still
people
hear
able
you.
to watch because someone's talking about Joe Cocker on my thing.
That's purely coincidental.
Are you
Purely
sure?
coincidental.
Yeah.
Well, then we gotta
We
slay
can still
together
hear
the
you.
answer.
Hello, watcher.
Or
You're
we got a new
the
hit
psychic.
song.
So that's why we always hear you talking and you think we can't hear you?
Yes. What
Right.
channel is he in? Is he in a channel?
Not for us. We can hear it. It mutes probably in your podcast, but when we're talking, we can sometimes hear.
Yes.
We talk. Yeah, we can hear you.
That's okay.
But it doesn't matter. Yeah, but we usually, if we are talking, we get really close to each other in the middle.
Where's Mark gonna be sitting?
Yeah.
Is Mark just gonna come in? Or?
I'm
Mark
not
is
sure.
Gonna come in. We're going to present Mark.
Dun,
because
dun,
the
dun,
internet
dun, dun,
cannot
dun,
handle
dun.
just
Was that Superman?
Just Mark being there. We have to bring him in for
Dun,
spurts.
dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun,
Is that Mike
dun,
Lane?
dun. No, I think it's Superman. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I think that's Superman.
Yeah, that's Back to the Future.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
is it Back to the Future?
The internet just lost their mind.
That's my bracelet.
Pretty sure that's Hans Zimmer. Is that Hans? That's obviously Brian.
Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer. Ham Zimmer.
Hans plural.
What? Yeah, it's on. I can hear you.
What was the song order again, please?
Shine, should have known, and look out.
Should
Is
know.
Mark coming in on one of these songs, and which one?
No, I
after
don't
the
think
song,
so. He-
We're gonna introduce everybody. It's like, hey, this is so and so and blah blah blah, and we also have. There's a special someone you're gonna say.
Hi.
I'm sorry, what was that second song? I'm a pansy. I have Shine, Something, and Looking Out. Should know.
I don't know.
It's Shine, should have known.
Yeah, I don't know.
Looking Out. Is it Looking Out or Look Out?
Look out.
Look Out. Lazy
check. Okay.
This is a song for Sexy Fit.
Shine, should have known, look out. I really like this side of No Pressure. It's a nice side.
I just deferred all pressure to.
You were like, fuck this. Tammy, you're running it all. Do you have a way to see the time? Do you have your time in front of you? You're like, no. Yeah, as long as you can check the time, you're fine. And if it... And obviously, it's okay to go past a couple minutes if the conversation is good. But like, if there's a natural break in the conversation, then I would just go to a song. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of how I judge it. Why can't you? I'm on vocal, they're in utility. Check, 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 check. Checkity, check, check, check. Check, check, check. Oh, right.
I can't hear as well. He's trying to. Okay, sorry.
How's that?
That's good. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're good.
I'm like going.
No, I just have to pay it.
I didn't mean to pick on Rose, but I can
That's
50%
okay.
hearing.
Yeah.
My eyeballs are fake.
Both or one?
Yeah, whatever. There it is.
It's about to get real, people. Y'all ready for this?
We're still rolling.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of shit for Phil to edit.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we live?
You can start doing the recording and then changing the live to public. We're basically rolling.
And we're happy to be alive here at. Y'all got pressure.
People are texting me already.
Where's the show? All right. Hey, everybody. We are live at the Sound Shop, unless you watch it recorded, which is then, I mean, it's completely different. But the Sound Shop here at Motor City Music Society with Elsie Binks. I'm your host, Aaron Accomando. With, oh, wait, but I'm not.
You're Aaron? I'm
Aaron
usually
G.
Aaron. No, I am Tammy Lynn.
All right. Well, let's introduce everybody after the intro. Rock and roll, Motor City Music Society, show number 06.
Six.
Go.
6 is a good number.
I feel the need to say the French maker.
Yes.
So we are here, and I feel like we should address the black elephant in the room, which is, where is our beautiful host? And she's right over there. Yeah, and it was like, what are we gonna do? Because she's in the band, she's the host of the show. If only there were a way. We can't leave Tammy by herself.
That's true.
Tammy gets scared.
This is very
No, I'm
real.
kidding.
That was an actual representation of what happened. So what did we do?
We brought you
Yeah.
AGTV.
Me, I'm kind of like the Swiss Army knife. It's like you put it in there. You don't really use a Swiss Army knife unless you absolutely have to.
Multiply
did.
faceted.
Yeah.
Lots of uses.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can barely hear Kevin. Kevin is in the back here. Let's introduce everybody. Because in case you don't know, I mean, obviously, my name is Aaron G. On loan from Aaron G TV.
And I'm Tammy Lynn, and we are Motor City Music Society, and we are so excited to be here with Elsie Binks today.
Yay.
And special guest, which we're going to announce later.
Is that a trumpet?
It sounded like a trumpet just played. Where did that
All
come
right,
from?
well, I don't think it's a trumpet player as our special guest, but
Close.
all right.
Okay.
This is true.
Sweet. Want to just go around the room?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see. Let's start with you, fair
Me?
maiden. What's your
I'm
name?
Aaron GTV. I mean, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm Aaron
GTV was
Acamando. I'm
pretty
usually
hot.
sitting over there in that booth over there, and in that chair over there, and this is the band that's sitting behind me, and they all have mics, so they can talk about it themselves.
Wow.
I'm usually running the cameras. I'm Sexy Phil.
That is Sexy,
Sexy
Phil,
Phil.
ladies and gentlemen. Now you know what he looks
Yeah,
like.
I'm usually hiding in the corner.
Very chill there. You know, that guitar looks very good on you.
Thank you. Thank you. Zebra wood.
That's what she said.
Good.
Is it those of you who didn't hear Sexy Phil?
Phil Stewart.
Yes, thank you. That is my birth name.
So let's, for those of us who didn't hear you, please continue again. Who is that? I can't hear him.
I'm a man of mystery.
Of a
Sexy
mystery?
Phil, commonly
Yes.
referred to as Sexy Phil.
Yes. So I'm one of the guitar players with Elsie Binks.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
Just one of your many talents.
Yes.
Yes, I'm also an audio engineer here at the wonderful Sound Shop.
Cool. So if anything audio goes wrong, we're just going to blame the fact that you're here.
Yes.
It's like, Kevin is like, no, I got to do everybody's job. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
All right, right over here, the other guitar for the price of one, two.
That's right. John Neville, a.k.a. Johnny Vegas,
Yes.
and I am another guitar player in Elsie Binks.
Very cool. I think that's the first time I've ever heard the sound of your voice.
Yeah, you say that every time you hear the sound of my voice.
That's pretty rare. And it's like a new experience every single time. I mean, it's that good. So, but you smile a lot. I appreciate it. I'm getting that energy from this part of the room.
That's right.
And then, keeping up with the lows, bringing up the bass, the power of the bass.
Wait for it.
Jason.
Awesome.
Jason, you go by Q, right?
I was going to say, if I had to, like,
Or
say I
a
was
lot
going to
of
call
different
your
things, I
name,
guess.
but I wanted to use one letter, what would that be?
It would be Q.
Yeah, I only
Awesome.
know this man as Q. But sometimes
We should just
that's
all
all
go
we
by
need.
letters tonight. That's Q. That's J.
The letter
I'm
of the day
E,
is Q.
That's P.
Yeah.
And that's D.
No, I thought, yeah.
Can I be A2?
Yes.
Bill gets stuck with P.
And then,
You're the
and that's all the members of the band. There isn't anybody left. No. So, who is that? The superpower bringing up the rhythm.
Dylan McCarty.
That's right, Dylan
Dylan.
with his superpowers.
Dylon.
Dylan.
Dylon.
Sexy Phil.
No.
Oh. Wait, what were you saying, Kevin?
What'd you say, Kev?
We
As
just
we-
recently found this
Who?
out.
Yeah.
Who
I
did
just
somebody?
found that out.
Hold on. Did somebody accidentally post that?
It was from the show at the
I
Diesel.
saw
he
the
posted. He
post.
took that picture. And he
Well,
was surprised to find out that that was my dad.
I saw that post and I was like, "Is that on purpose funny or is it
I
an
don't
accident?"
think he knew, and I kind of just went along with it.
So he
We
really
just-
thought that
I-
you were.
His son.
That's so
it would-
funny.
He would have been about like 1.5 when he had me. I think.
Wow. So I bet he was really
That's an early
surprised.
puberty.
That was real shocking.
Pretty
So-
funny.
We have, it's like, obviously, we've been long-time friends. I mean, for years and years we've known each other. And, but I had the thought, and I was talking to Tammy. She was actually speaking with an English accent when that came out. She said to me in these very words, what? I know that you've known them for a very long time, but what? What about the world? They don't know. So we'd like to hear how you became a band, if that's possible.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yes.
How we became a band actually starts with Kevin in the booth over there.
Super cool.
I don't think that they can see him if they have eyes on him today, but Kev is the actual reason that this band is together, sort of, or you're the first reason this band is together.
For those of you who are merely
And
listening,
that-
Kevin is a very tall, dark, and sexy man.
And don't mind me while I'm on my. I'm just monitoring the social media, just so you guys know.
Nice.
I'm just over here monitoring social media, so don't worry about me.
Doing it all.
I'm trying to do it all. I'm speaking and watching, and very distracting.
But
So
you do,
Kevin-
do it all a lot. I mean, I'm not saying it like anyone else does, but you are such a great multitasker, and
I
you're just so
try.
busy all the time.
I really try.
I see it left and right. And yesterday, you were even doing a music video. Whoa, I'm going to
We
smack
did.
my mic around.
We
Really changing the dynamic of the show.
Yeah.
we did. We recorded
Mike,
our
stay
first
still.
ever social. Oh my god.
Okay.
Social music video. Nope. We recorded our first ever music video, and that was actually Kev's idea also. So going back to where we were there, Kev watched me on stage for like a year with the corporate bands that we are both employed by, and after like a year, he was like, "Yo, do you have any music?" And I was like, "Yeah, I have a few demos." And so he was like, "You need to come in and demo them out, and we can make them real." And that's when AGTV came in. Aaron GTV came in. Oh my God, he's right here. He came in and helped us rewrite and restructure and help just the whole writing process. He made them sound pretty. We brought in Chuck Bartels to do the bass and G to do the drums. And Aaron G, you did I think all the guitars and all the strings at that point.
I did quite a bit.
You did
I think
quite
Sexy
a
Phil
bit.
did quite a bit as well.
And Sexy Phil did some as well. But in the
Ivan.
beginning, it was just you.
Yes.
And I did all my own vocals, and that was the beginning of the band, actually. Phil was an intern at the studio at the time.
That's before he had received his superpowers. But yes, continue.
Yes, so Phil was reluctantly joining the band because I just continued to feed him free food, so that's why he joined the band.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's not even a lie.
And write that
It
down.
was.
It really was because I fed. Because listen, every time we were in the studio, I fed everybody who was at the studio, which was not. It was more money than I thought it was going to be.
Thank you, Jimmy John's.
Thank you. It was a lot of Jimmy John's, to be fair. So I fed everybody every time we were in the studio, and so that's why they stuck around. Yeah. Well, he's number 9 with no tomatoes.
Oh, that's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like I know that's how many times I fed these people, and I know Kevin's sushi order by heart. That's a whole other thing.
Oh.
But yeah, so that was the beginning process, and then Phil, you brought in Dylan.
Yes, because we were working on our own thing. And I was not going to play in another band. I was not going to go through the nonsense again. And we were just like, we have some
Me
songs.
too.
Yes. So we had some songs from a previous podcast
Yeah,
project.
previous podcast. Yeah.
Project.
Project called Mason Storm that Johnny was also a part of, and we just wanted to see these songs come to life. And that's where it all changed.
Yes, and that song is on the upcoming album.
Yes, it is.
And it's going to be the instant download song when you pre-order the album in like a week.
Very
Sorry,
cool.
just a digression
No, that's
real
it.
fast.
What is the name of the album that's coming out then?
That's what she said.
That's what she said?
Is there a
Yeah.
significance to that?
No.
That particular title.
It's what I
wonder-
said.
Yeah.
It's not
Simply
dirty at
is,
all.
so-
It's what I
No,
said.
yeah. Oh, I didn't think that it was. Is that even a thing?
Because the album simply is.
That's what it's
Right?
what I said.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
It's dawn. So how far did we get around the room just now?
Well, we got to the part where I brought Dylan in.
Oh, okay.
Then
and
Super Dylan.
And then Dylan brought in Q.
Q.
Well, Johnny is an interesting
listen-
turn
That is
of
true.
events.
Yeah.
He got
Musical
in the band.
mastery of Q.
Yeah.
Somebody else talk because I'm always talking.
Fine, I'll talk
Thank you.
Ooh.
and talk about.
Yeah, Phil,
how-
this is really cool,
how-
man.
We're going to open up. We should do some.
John's
John's.
Who's John's?
plural.
He just said he was threatened.
Yeah, well,
He really was
yeah,
threatened.
Dylan and Phil showed up at my house at 11:30 at night.
It's like, who are you guys? I don't even know who you are.
That's
They're
true.
like, we need you for this gig in a week. So learn
yeah.
these songs.
And what's
I was
funny
like,
is
okay.
they came to my gig at Uptown, which is down the street from you guys,
Yeah.
sort of ish, and they were like, "So, our friend Johnny is available, and we pretty much need to go ask him to be in the band." And they're like, "No, right now,
Yeah.
right now." I was like, "You mean like you're going over there right now?" "Yeah, right now."
Oh, I was in the same position as Phil.
Oh, that's right. I did one show with you guys.
Except I didn't feed you, Johnny, because you weren't here for the first album.
Got ripped off.
I'm sorry,
Not the original canon.
you did. And AGTV did perform with us
I
once.
did one
we
show.
should. That
I was
is
like, man, it's like, yeah, I could be in a band. Couldn't I be? No, you can't because there are only 7 days of the week. Ah.
yeah, that's
It's
true.
literal. That's exactly.
Literally what happened, actually. And so that's pretty much, how it came to be. And they've all known each other for much longer than I've known them. But now I spend so much time with them that I feel like I've just known them for at least a decade anyway. So
You're like family.
And you're not sick of us yet.
no,
Wow.
not yet.
Wow.
I'll get there, I'm sure.
I've seen you guys rehearse.
It's only
You're
been a
just like
year
siblings.
or two.
Just like
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, very cool. So
I used to take all the making fun of me personally. Now I just ignore it.
You're a superpower. You like. I'll walk into the room or something, and then you guys will be bantering back and forth. It's like, oh, is that okay?
Brutal.
Yeah, wow.
She fires
Man,
right
I got
back.
damage from that one. Okay, that's now I
I've
know
walked
how
out
it
of here
is.
scorched a few times.
Don't let her fool
I have
you.
to say hi to Jimmy real fast. Hi, Jimmy. He's watching.
Hello,
Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Jimmy Mulder.
Jimmy Mulder, yeah.
What's up,
The
Jimmy?
infamous Jimmy Mulder, who everybody's like, where do all those videos come from?
Our
Jimmy
true
Mulder
inspiration,
is
Jimmy
where those
Mulder.
videos come from. Jimmy Jams.
There you go. Well, I mean, I see you guys miraculously have instruments here. Just by mistake, just happen to have it. You guys want to do a song?
Why don't we do that?
Because I have a list here, and if this is correct, the name of the song is Shine. Is that...
Yeah.
okay, before
And
you
then
go...
Yeah,
sorry.
go ahead. No. What?
Why is it called Shine?
Well, this one is specifically is kind of important to, well, it's important to all of us, but it's important because it got written completely on a whim because I was getting a new phone. This is actually an interesting story. I was getting a new phone, and so I was backing up all the audio in my phone, and he had sent me a demo probably months and months prior to that at some point, and I just called it Pretty because it was just a pretty song. And so it was just, or maybe you called it Pretty.
I
I
think
don't
so.
remember.
It was like a piano thing
Uh-huh.
too.
Mhm.
So
So one of us
Pretty
labeled
piano.
it Pretty, and it was in my phone, and I was backing it up, and I only saved the things that have titles. So thank gosh this had a title, because I only save things with titles. That's the important shit. So I was listening to it, and I was sitting at my office when I had an office job during the day. I was sitting there backing up my phone real fast before I got to work, and I was going through a lot at the time, emotionally, with relationships, and you know, like you do. And so I knew immediately what the chorus was, and so I just sat there and wrote this. I typed out this song in 5 minutes. It came out like bleh, like it just word vomited it all over my computer, and I was just sobbing because it's a sad song.
Oh.
But listen, and then like 3 days later, and I told the guys, I was like, guys, I just wrote a song. Like, I'll demo it out later, and I sent it out within probably the same day. I probably went home and demoed it out, and then a couple days later, I saw Paige, who's sitting in the control room, one of our EBX family members and Quizno family members, how I actually met her and Johnny. That's another whole other story.
Awesome.
Yeah, I met Johnny at Quiznos like months before I knew he knew them. Anyway,
Quiznos,
so
make it happen.
so I see Paige at MGM like 3 days later, and I was just telling her what was going on in my life, and like I was venting and blah blah blah, and what am I going to do, and all these things are changing, and she goes, stop, shine. She goes, just shine. And I was like, bitch, I just wrote that song. What? So that's literally, and then I don't know, Dylan, if you want to talk about your connection, because something happened right after I wrote this that was very, very important
It was
to you as well. And
was
it
funny.
made a whole other context
It
out
was
of the
right
song as
around
well.
the time we're actually, I think, approaching like it's about a year ago,
Mm-hmm.
right around this time that this happened. But my mom passed away, and on that, I believe it was a Monday. I want to say it was earlier in the week.
Yeah.
And you know, these guys found out I had posted something on the Facebook, and everybody was like, naturally, everybody's like, if there's anything you need, you know, just let me know, which is great. And so I asked all these guys, I was like, can you meet me at the studio? I said, I want to put together a rough version of this Shine demo, because the song, I was listening to it, like, I just because of what was happening at the time, it was, you know, it was very personal to me as well. And everybody came in. All these guys showed up. Kevin, everybody made it in like in a few hours. We knocked out. It was about, you know, it was a shortened version actually that we have of it. But
Was it?
yeah, it's about 2
Yeah, it
minutes.
was-
we
it
had
was
to.
off the demo.
Remember
Okay.
that?
Yeah.
But
I forgot about that actually.
we played the show Thursday night. We opened for Trap, and then I flew out at like 6 a.m. the next morning, made the funeral, and I played the song at my mom's funeral. So.
Not to damper them.
So yeah, but no, it's
But also
okay. It was
special
real nice.
It is.
Actually, when
Yeah.
like I had a lot of people come up to me and say, "What a beautiful song," and so it's very personal to all of us actually. Because they were a part of that for me. And thanks again, guys.
Oh,
Appreciate
wow.
Of course.
Another-
That's awesome. No,
Another
please.
funny thing about that, when I was putting the demo together, I was considering just holding back on it because I didn't think it was and a friend of mine came over who was also just a hobbyist guitar player and so on and so forth. And he's like, I hear something. Let me put it down really quick. So he did that, and it wasn't necessarily a huge part musically or anything like that, but it made it for me enough.
It's what changed it.
What part?
In the second verse, you'll hear it.
Okay.
It's what he plays in
Oh.
the second verse.
Okay. I don't even know what that part.
But well, yeah, that one.
You weren't supposed to tell
I
her.
don't even
We're
know.
gonna have you guys get ready. I'm gonna have my HD
Yes.
cameras being manned today by Drake Lally and of course Tracy Veers. Thank you very much. If you guys could stop your cameras and then restart for the beginning of the song, and when you guys are ready, go forth with the song "Shine."
Shine.
Go for it.
Woke up this morning in that state of mind. I took out the garbage and uncovered the sign. It said, take your things and leave your trash behind. Don't wanna look back because I know I'll find. And I want you to know that I just need to grow, and I'm feeling fine, and I'm ready to shine. I moved about my day with unease. My heart is young and afraid it's gonna rain. Locked up my head and I need the keys. Thinking, how can I fix myself? Help me please. And I want you to know that I just need to grow. And I'm feeling fine. And I'm ready to shine. I woke up this morning and I took a deep breath. I said it's time to move on, and then I left. And I want you to know that I just need to grow, and I'm feeling fine, and I'm ready to shine. And I need you to know that I might need to go. And I'm trying to take things slow. How much I loved you, I hope you know.
Beautiful.
I was waiting for the tail. Oh, that's awesome. Excellent. Wow. Especially that that part at the end that you mentioned. What was
Yeah.
it? Right out of the bridge. That's some classy stuff, man. Yeah. Y'all being all classy. I think I just
Yeah.
lost my ears. You
Yeah,
lose
we
your
lost.
ears?
We lost.
I lost my
happened.
mic.
We cannot hear Aaron, G, and Tammy.
The beauty of that song
I can-
caused our headphones to stop
There,
working.
There
Oh
we go.
my
There we
goodness. You
go.
see that,
I
Matt?
feel it. I feel it coming.
That's okay.
It's
It
all
was
good.
Like
It's okay.
it was so breathless.
Too many mutes.
Nice. Oh
Too
my
many
goodness.
buttes? No, okay, never mind. Nobody
So
can understand that.
we have a list of questions here. Yeah. So I think it's perfectly okay to ask you the generic questions because we're sort of like starting the beginning. I mean, obviously we know each other, but the internet needs to know your tale. So, would you like to?
Yeah, that song "Shine." Is it on one of your albums? Because I know I have down here from your pre-interview that you have 2 albums. And what are the 2 albums? If you could tell the audience, and is that on one of the albums? And I know that you have a 3rd one coming out too as well. So
Actually, I listed the second one
okay.
as published because it's like gonna be published. So
Okay.
the new one is the second one.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. So the first one is called "Smile in a Bullet." That's the one that me, Kevin, and Aaron G were the sole songwriters on, and then these guys kind of came in throughout that process. All of these guys, except for Johnny. Sorry,
I
Johnny.
see.
The other guys are on "Smile in a Bullet." Those were kind of my solo songs that I just kind of had to get out of my system. The next album that is coming out in 13 days or something, April 15th.
I see. April 15th. Tax
is-
Day?
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
no.
no, tax day was
Okay.
moved this year because it's a Saturday. So now it's Tuesday.
This is
In
so
honor
it's
of the
Elsie
new
Binks
Elsie
Day
Binks
then
album.
now.
Yes, it's EBX Day now.
EBX Day.
And so Shine is actually on the upcoming. Yeah, everybody pay us your refunds
Pay it.
or what you owe the IRS. Yeah, so Shine is actually on That's What She Said, the upcoming album.
Okay, nice.
Yes, and don't worry, Johnny's all over that one. So
It's like
You'll
that's-
get
that's
some
pretty
Johnny
much
Vegas on that
all
one.
about Johnny.
it's all about Johnny.
I totally lost what was going on.
He was like, I was
Was
just
like,
reeling from that
what?
last song, man. That bridge part, man, that was so crazy.
Thank you, Megan Birchfield, for telling us we are outstanding. We appreciate you.
You are equally outstanding. Thank you. Let's see. I would like to know some of your musical influences, because I know that's it seems to be can kind of be a generic answer, or a generic sort of thing. But I'm always interested in what makes an artist. What are their influences? Johnny Vegas is over there smiling. Seems like you have an answer.
I do.
What inspires you?
Let's see. Definitely Van Halen. That was
Nice.
one of the biggest influences and what got me into playing guitar. And yeah, after that, it was a lot of cheesy '80s metal, Motley Crue and Poison and whatever else you have it. But yeah, I mean that's what started it all for me. And it just went from I went backwards, then I went to the Beatles and James Brown, all that kind of
Okay.
fun old stuff.
So just a combination of James Brown and the Beatles and Van Halen?
Yeah,
Is that-
yeah.
Just like you fuse together.
Mixed
you
together
become
well.
Johnny Vegas.
My playlists are very strange.
I'm the same way, man. I mean, I'll be listening to like opera music in one sense. I'll be like all operatic. And then sometimes I like do hip hop. Sometimes I do old school like polka music. Most of that was in fabrication. Q, what do you got, man? Over there being quiet.
Well, I grew up, my parents, especially my dad, listened to Zeppelin, Zeppelin and Grand Funk and Bob Seger and the Eagles. So,
Nice.
I mean, I remember it was the first time I was really angry when I started playing bass. It was like 6 months in, and my parents were like, "Oh, you know what? My dad's like, you gotta start playing some Zeppelin." I remember I had a transcription. It was a little too tough for me to play. It was What Should and What Should Never Be, and it took me, probably a couple of weeks, and I nailed it to my ability at the time, anyways, in my own head. And yeah, I mean, those were the classic rock stuff, and then Guns, Van Halen, and Metallica. Huge, just different styles. John Paul Jones was so melodic, and then Duff was so pocket orientated.
Definitely. Oh, very nice. Dylan, what about you?
I listen to, all kinds of stuff, but certainly Led Zeppelin for like rock and roll. AC/DC's great for straight ahead, just rock and roll stuff. Love Sabbath. I didn't get into that till I probably was in my like early 20s though. So I was like a late bloomer.
Me too. I discovered Sabbath, much too late in life.
Did you? That's
now
all
my
right.
life is over. But now I'm like, man, I just realized that was so cool.
Yeah, but I'm a fan of anything pretty much. Like Johnny said, my playlist would probably freak you out. It's go from one extreme to the next.
No, very cool. So
But yeah, John Bonham pretty much is the main as far as like any kind. The main. He's the guy that he set the bar. So
Oh, very cool.
yeah.
sexy Phil over there tuning your guitar. What do you got?
Well, the very first band I have the memory of getting into was Queen.
Getting into.
I forgot to put that in my
into
pre-interview.
I thought you got.
No, like.
It sounded. It's the
He's
way he
really
said it.
into
It sounded like he
Queen.
just remember he got
True.
into Queen, like he was in the band.
I wish.
Oh.
I know. I know.
Wish.
That's funny.
I truly wish.
Blonde's coming out.
Well, it's funny. My daily routine in preschool was go to preschool because I had the morning class, come home, eat lunch with grandma, and then sit in front of the TV with a one of those like toy electronic drum sets with a
Awesome.
microphone on it that were colored, and play along to Queen's greatest hits home video.
Don't
This
let him
was
fool
when he
you.
was
This is
23.
still his routine.
Oh,
He
okay.
still does this.
This
This
is
is
still.
Yes, I still have the same drum set too. My
Yeah.
parents tried to set me up to be like Phil Collins, to play drums and sing. I was also named after him.
Really?
I knew it. I knew it.
That's that. Yes.
No, very nice.
But then when I picked up bass, I was really into Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses and all of that cheesy 80s stuff as well. And
Hey,
then,
you know what? Sometimes you sell cheese.
Right.
Okay?
I'm into cheesy 80s
Sometimes
all the way,
cheese is
so
awesome. You know,
I
you ever
get
tried
it.
Doritos without cheese? Yeah, it's not the same thing. But yeah, no. One thing is cool. I'm hearing an awful lot of rock,
Yes,
and there
of
is a
course.
definite difference between this album and the other one, and I can see now why. Because it's like super powerful, probably going to melt your face album that's on its way. You now, Miss Okamondo,
Me?
your influences.
Me. My influences are probably more eclectic than all of their influences combined.
Yeah.
Please.
What do you got?
Listen, I grew up on Broadway,
Katy
bitch.
Perry, a lot of.
What?
Let's
So
go. Bring
the
it.
first things that I loved were Andrew Lloyd Webber,
Oh my goodness.
which I didn't list because I was just thinking of like typical like secular music. You know what I mean? But I wasn't thinking back far enough.
The British accent brought it out of him.
But them saying where they started made me remember that I fell in love with cats. That was the very first, which makes a whole lot of sense
It
now.
does.
Yes. It
Um,
does.
I have a cat problem. But yeah,
Cat
Cats was the
enthusiast.
first music that I fell in love with outside of Disney. So Disney started it, and then definitely Broadway, Cats, Phantom. What else? Like there are just a handful that I know by heart. Rent later on because of the movie that happened when I was probably in college or something. But that was later on. But typically Broadway things happen first, and then Michael Jackson. I pretty much know all of MJ's discography that happened. And then, of course, the Spice Girls, because I'm a 90s girl.
Of course.
And so those
Which
are
you
the
really
original influences. And then when, your brain starts to understand what real music is, obviously MJ...
Spice Girls are not real music.
What?
I have.
I mean,
that's so
some
funny. I
of
have
it
a
is.
Spice Girl thing.
The second
Wait,
album
was that a
is
question or a
actually...
statement?
I know.
just got splash
Listen,
damage from that.
the second album, if you listen to Spice Up Your Life, it's actually a very musical album. The first one is bull crap. The first one straight up produced pop. But the second album is actually very musical.
Who's your
Do you
favorite?
I'm so glad you agree with me. The second album is actually it's musically intellectual. It's the first one's not so much.
Girl song with the wedding band?
Yes, we do but that's from the first album. So that doesn't nobody else can hear what you're saying because you're not holding your what
We
are you
can
doing,
totally
Kev? You
hear.
should have brought your mic with
We can
us.
hear
Wait,
them
mic
in
with
our
you.
heart.
I didn't even know you
Um,
liked the Spice Girls. And one of my questions for you was, what was your favorite Spice Girl? So that's
Scary
funny.
Spice, hands
Is
down.
Scary Spice?
I was always Scary Spice in my group of friends, which also makes a lot of sense. But yeah, my influences are very, very, very eclectic, from Andrew Lloyd Webber all the way through to Slipknot. I mean, the biggest ones are Pink and Gaga and Hailstorm and whatever, Janis Joplin, Amy Lee from Evanescence, Brad Delp from Boston. He was huge. I grew up listening to Boston, a lot of Boston.
nice.
And Queen. Of course, Freddie.
The powerful
Freddie, of
vocals of
course,
Boston.
from Queen.
I-
So yeah, that's a lot to cover. But yeah, I mean, I like crappy pop music too. Like I like everything.
You like? Yeah, I see you.
Don't
Like
apologize.
And I grew up
girl.
listening to country. Leanne Rimes was one of my first influences too. Like, that's probably
She was
why
great.
everybody says I talent country, because that's one of the things I grew up listening to was Leanne Rimes. Her first album I know by heart, when she was like 16 or some shit.
And
She was really young.
yeah, she was really young with that.
So yeah, I have a lot. Sorry.
You have a lot, and then you do a lot with what you do. In your pre-interview, it says why you started making music, why you want to record and release. And you're a very
Yeah.
brave person because I see you speaking out about endometriosis awareness and stuff like that. Can you tell us about some of the other social issues that you're involved with and why you do your music and what inspires you that way?
Yeah, absolutely. And I should say, like, I'm only speaking for myself.
You're speaking for yourself. I know
I'm
we didn't get a
speaking-
chance to
right.
ask the guys.
And the guys can absolutely answer
the
this
question.
too. And I'm the one that filled out the pre-interview.
What issues
to
do
be
you,
fair.
and
and I filled it out. It's like 2 pages of pre-interview. I'm real sorry about that. Yeah, like endometriosis is a huge part of my life. It affects every single part of my life. I was diagnosed with it over 4 years ago, so I try to spread awareness about that kind of stuff. Any autoimmune
brave.
disease, any chronic illness, that's like my thing. But on top of that, I am very, very passionate about women's rights, LGBT rights, and the whole Planned Parenthood thing that's going on. Like anything that has to do with my rights, or if I were in part of the LGBTQIA community, basically anything that could affect me, I'm obviously very, very passionate about. Like, I will scream at somebody over some LGBT shit. Like, I'm very passionate about those things specifically, just because they've affected me and my friends, and I grew up with a lot of gay friends. So it's very personal to me.
it's good
And
that
so
you stand up and speak out too, because
Yeah,
a lot of
and
people
bullying.
can't do
I know I
that.
wrote that
Bowling,
down,
yeah,
too.
you did mention
Cyberbullying and bullying, that really, because I was in the age group that was not a thing that you knew about yet. Cyberbullying was born when I was on the internet. AIM, when you're sitting on AIM in the middle of the night talking to your friends, like that cyberbullying was born in 2000, and
it still exists today.
It still exists, and it's ridiculous, and
I would say
I'm
we
really
don't even have
passionate
an
about
answer
that as
for it
well.
even today.
Hmm?
That we haven't addressed even today. Like as long
Oh,
as the
yes.
internet has been around,
Yeah.
cyberbullying became something like the internet was the first time that you could actually speak with the voice of like the news outlets, or
Right.
that same thing that you would read, that voice, that internal voice in a newspaper or something like that, becomes so powerful through writing or reading through something like a blog. And it's interesting that we don't have an answer to that really, and it's like essentially people writing hate on your brain.
So it's
Yeah.
really good that you have people speaking out about stuff like that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and so eventually, and like I said, like that's just me, and I don't. None of the songs I've written have anything to do with any of that. But the thought behind it is that if we ever get big enough, those are the things I would be speaking out about. Like Gaga will go to rallies and speak about shit she cares about. Pink does the same thing. Like that's something that I would be doing.
And it's something you're actively doing now.
Yeah, on social media, I will be the first person to post some shit about any of this stuff. And you guys are welcome to also speak about the things you're passionate about. We actually don't talk about this stuff very often. As much time as we do
Speaking of
sit-
social media, because I know we didn't really go over it in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Where can we find Elsie Binks? Where can we get your album? Where's your
last week.
social media? Aaron, your own social media, guys, your
Yeah.
social media, just so they know. And where can they get your music?
Well, right now we're sort of in the middle of a rebrand, and so I'm just directing everybody to ebxnation.com.
ebxnation.com.
Yes. ebxnation.com,
I like how you say
and that's
that.
where you can find our social media, and we're sort of going to be pushing the EBX Nation thing very, very soon.
And your personal, you each have your own personal social media, because I know we were just
Some of
talking about
us
the
do.
topics that you speak out about.
Right.
How would they be able to see those kind of videos that you speak out about?
Well, my stuff is on my own personal page, and my name is long, and I'm sorry.
Your name is awesome.
But if you, I just give up on spelling it for people.
No, you got to put
The
it because.
Aaron Elise part's real easy.
But her name is Acamando,
Acamando.
which sounds like something great. It's like, was it great? Yes, but was it Acamando great?
Yeah, it's like a new word, like
Acamando.
amazing or fantastic.
Acamando. It's like
Acamando.
Like the
Keanu
band
Reeves.
Rockamondo. Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you can spell
Hashtag
Acamando, you can find it.
Acamando.
If you go on to the YouTube chat right now, my name is spelled there because I've been commenting on people's stuff. So you can find
Nice.
it there as well. But yeah, you guys can talk about your important things too.
Yeah,
I
what's
don't know.
important to you guys? Would like to know.
Would like to
Q,
know what?
Q, you want to start?
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't participate in anything. I guess there are things that are important to me. Obviously, you want every human
Maybe
being on the planet
every-
to not be mistreated in any way. But I mean, if I did have one thing to get behind, it would probably be autism awareness or something
yeah.
like
And
that.
that is today, isn't today?
For real?
Oh, I've seen it all over Facebook. A stream of it today and yesterday. So I know that I don't know if it's the month or
It's coincidental.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it would not only be just what influences you? What inspires you? If you want to answer it that way too.
Well, I mean, to be honest, life inspires me, and trying to be a better person every day inspires me, and and we all make mistakes. I look at myself every day, and I say, man, even if it's just simple stuff like, oh, I should have taken this way home, but always trying to better myself and making sure that, if there's anyone out there I could help, it doesn't happen very often because I can barely help myself at this point, It's like, but just trying to do the right thing. And also my son's got a congenital heart defect, so that would be something else. Like there's I've never gotten involved in any of it just because I just never really felt like I needed it. And time.
Time.
Don't have a lot of time.
We don't have time. We got to make the most of it. What's your son's name?
Ian.
Ian.
Mm-hmm. All right. You guys cool for another song? All right, we're going to prepare for another song as the HD cameras and their super powerful technology.
The second song is called Should Have Known.
Should Have Known.
Indeed it is.
And I want to bring out, too, that after this, there is another personality hiding in the background that we are going to hear from, who is going to be emceeing one of your shows.
The next really
I want to talk about that. Because, man, I mean, like bands that record, that's one thing. But if you see them live, this band will melt your face live.
Breathtaking.
All right, so, Should Have Known by the band LC Binks.
Blazing up the charts.
Blazing up the charts at number 7.
Double down, I thought I'd be your wife. Cut to the bone, leave a message mics are back on.
And they were back on. I was like,
Should have known. Man, all right now. That was kind of classy.
Hey, thank you.
I'm loving that.
Thank you. I should say that the writing process with these new songs, they write all the music, and then I put lyrics and melodies
Some
on
of
top
them.
of them.
Not all of it. Some of them.
Most of them.
You bring a couple of them. You bring this.
I think there are 3 of my own like I did it myself songs
we
on the
just
new
brought
album.
them to
Yeah,
life.
that
So like,
counts. Yeah.
so the what's 12 minus 3? 9 songs that I didn't do the music of.
That's obviously
So that's why I say mostly, they wrote the music for most of them.
Nice.
I
But
feel like you guys
FYI.
are almost like a family because I see that you are so much together doing so much stuff, and I know that you've known each other for a long
So
time.
much
So I just
time.
feel like that.
So much time.
So much time.
So much
Almost
time,
like
'cause, I mean,
somewhat
Lots of
brother,
time.
sister. I hear that you guys have a lot of bantering going on
because-
between each other. And
outside of the band, I mean, she's around. She's here at the studio constantly
Yep.
doing studio work,
Like-
or I
Yeah.
work with them in their wedding band too.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's with me and
Or
Kev
Kevin
a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
yeah,
Phil is
But
like
we see them
my
a lot
son.
too.
yeah.
Yeah, Phil-
I'm like a mini Kevin, I guess.
It's
He
true.
is my son.
Yeah.
So, can we give a shout out to the camera lady?
The camera lady.
Yeah, the
Oh, your
lady.
camera lady.
Yeah, because I'm
Oh,
not doing this all by
yes.
magic.
Right.
That's right.
So the person
Please tell us.
you're switch. Oh, you can
Lauren.
do it.
Okay. The lovely lady behind the webcams tonight is Miss Lauren Hedges.
Miss
She's
Lauren
yes.
Yay.
She frequently comes out to the show. She hangs out with us. She does a lot of band photography for us and a lot of other bands. You can check her out online. I believe it's laurenhedges.com or Lauren Hedges Photography.
Yes, laurenhedges.com.
Yeah, there you go.
Good job knowing her name.
And
Good
a
job.
website.
Better.
Yeah, a lot of the photos on my Facebook page, not by me, I mean the LC Banks Facebook page or ebxnation.com, a lot of them are Lauren's, a ton of them.
Wow.
And her logo is on them, so they can't be missed.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Very nice.
Lauren
What is
part of
the
fate
number in
work.
the logo? I think it's 16 or something. I don't
Well,
know.
yeah, because of the year.
Oh, I just thought
Is
it
that
was a
right?
number to
Usually by
her.
the year.
I did not assume
She
that was
has
the
over
year.
2,000.
I assumed it was like her number
I
that
think
meant
it
something to
is.
her. I don't know. I can't see her because Aaron G would be sitting in front of where she
Hello?
could confirm.
It's the year.
It's the year.
Year.
Okay.
I'm the angry translator.
Thank
it's
you.
the year.
Sorry, Lauren. Sorry. I just assumed it was a number that meant something to you. Okay, well.
It does.
Well, this year they'll say 17 on them.
Yep.
So that's, you'll know those.
There you go. So I think, should we talk about the show?
Probably.
Meh.
Should we bring out?
I mean, like, maybe.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll for the famous. I'm sorry, I don't have his name in front of me.
Mark Miles, come on in here.
Mark
That was so
Miles.
anticlimactic.
Mark Miles, coming in the studio right now. Oh yeah.
What's going on? Mark Miles, Mr. 24/7, checking in. If you didn't know, now you know.
There
Aaron,
you go.
but always good to be here, man. Motor City Music Society, LC Binks in the house, and we're looking forward to this Saturday, man. Big album release show going down, and
It's
I'm
not
real
this-
happy to
it's
be
next
able
Saturday,
to.
but you're close.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
There's so many things going on, but
I know. The
next
15th.
Saturday,
That'll be the preparation.
that's the
April
15th.
14th.
Absolutely.
This Saturday is the pre-party.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Here, that's actually true, though. Because we do have a party going on here this Saturday.
Oh, we do have a
Isn't there
party.
every Saturday.
That's true.
It should be. You want me to tell you some more about
Sure.
the party? Okay,
Yeah.
April 8th, we are going to have a karaoke open house party. So everybody is welcome to come to the Sound Shop studio. We're going to put out some more information about that. We
Soon.
want to demonstrate that we do those karaoke parties here, and you can record, make your own CDs. It's a really fun thing. And you can, if you want to come, we're going to put some more information about that. But we
Yes.
also do that
Sounds
here in the
good.
studio.
Sounds
So
real
you can
nice.
get a hold of Kevin or myself. Are you going to be staying in here? Because I really hope so.
I didn't.
You got to pop a squat. Do we have a seat?
Yeah, there's a seat if you can scooch back there.
There you go. Adding to the team.
me?
And
Searching through
Kev,
the
if you could
field
turn him up
of
in our ears, maybe. I don't think any of us can hear him.
Can you tell us a little bit? Did you already tell us a little bit about your upcoming show? When and
Yeah,
where?
I'll be happy to talk about it. We
Please.
just released some details on Saturday.
Am I
real
loud?
happy to be a part of this thing. Detroit Music Awards on 4/20. We're doing a show called Sounds of the City. It's the first ever hip hop event put on
damn.
by the Detroit Music Awards, and we got a lot of great names, a lot of big names on this, and it's going to be one hell of an event. We're going to be covering all elements of hip hop, from MCs, DJs, live graffiti painters, break dancers,
Super cool.
beatboxers, you name it, it's going down. 420, that's at Club Blue. So if you want to check out more of that, go online, Facebook, just search Detroit Music Awards, Sounds of the City, and it's going to be a great time. I want to see everybody there. Just a $5 donation at the door to be a part of it.
That's pretty awesome. So the DMAs have never really acknowledged hip hop like that before?
They definitely acknowledge hip hop, but they haven't put together anything showcasing hip hop or bringing the people together for any kind of mixer or event. They do a lot of things with blues, jazz, country, rock.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're real happy to get with them and be able to put something together for the hip hop scene.
That's awesome.
I'm really happy to have you here in the studio with us today, too. And I just want, if you could let everyone know where they can get a hold of you and find your music, your social media stuff.
Definitely. Well, the best place you'll find everything is markmiles.com. That's Mark with a K, Miles with a Z. Otherwise, you can catch me on every social media network at Mark Miles Music. So definitely hit me up, link up, let's stay in touch, and check out some of my latest projects. A lot of new songs out, new music video just recently released for a song called Vibe With You. And we have some more new releases on the way, so stay tuned.
Oh, very
That's
cool.
awesome. And they're going to be able to hear, if they come to the EBX release show on the 15th, you're going to be performing as well.
Oh, really?
Really?
Okay.
You're
On the
like,
15th
sure.
On the 15th, where is it again? Can we have the more
I'm pretty sure you would be performing at some point, maybe. I was kind of hoping you would.
Well, I'll bring a couple tracks.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping you would.
I'll bring a couple fan favorites, and we'll show them how to do it down there.
Because there's going to be time in between each band. This is just our on-air production meeting. Don't mind us. There's definitely going to be enough time in between each band for you to do at least one song in between each band if you wanted to.
Okay.
That's my thought. I don't
I'll
know
have
if
my
Kevin
DJs there,
I
Boys Too
thought,
Hype. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Let's keep it live. So
I realize that we're concentrating on 420.
oh.
No, I'm just kidding. It's
For-
a joke. It's
Thanks,
420
I didn't know if
as
you're going
a-
to bring a bong in here.
420 is no, I think
Practice.
I think that's the beauty of the show. I mean, we asked
you
Mark to
wouldn't.
be on the show because I wanted some diversity of what we're doing, and having Mark MC the show and bring his DJs with him.
Yes.
What's the deal?
And
He can't
have
hear
him,
you, but Kevin is talking about diversity.
Oh, you can't hear
He,
me.
he doesn't have any ears.
I don't have ears, so.
Oh, I thought we put out a pair. thought we put out.
Oh, wait, there you go.
There
Oh,
you go.
oh.
I put out a
all right.
pair.
Oh, my goodness. That was
I had
fast. That was
put out-
good.
Kevin Wesley Williams looking out for us.
I had put out the headphones.
Plug him into Dylan's. Quickly. Oh, we were trying. We were trying here. It's
So,
just-
anyways,
No
the
problems.
the show, what I thought we were trying to do, and I believe we're going to do, is
Oh, no. Keep going.
Keep going.
is have the diversity. I wanted Mark to be out there to MC the show, bring the bands on, do a song in between acts, and then the wide variety of the acts that we have, which are those Hounds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ivan Fargo's
Acoustic
band.
Gash, opening the show, Acoustic
Yes.
Gash,
Yes.
which is a
Acoustic
must-see.
Who is
She
on
is
our next
amazing.
episode of Motor City Music
Oh, really?
She's
Yes.
coming on the next
So,
episode.
so we're gonna have
Acoustic
Mark
Gash, awesome.
open up the night, and he's gonna do a track with his DJs. Then we're gonna go to Acoustic Ash, which is gonna be a little different, and then we're gonna go back to Mark again, and then we're gonna go to those Hounds, which is again
Which is very different.
completely different. And then we're gonna go back to Mark again. He's gonna give us another one, and bring on Rain, which is
another completely different thing.
If you like Dream Theater, you'll love Rain.
They're
hope
like
that's-
that plus Evanescence. It's very Evanescence-y.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a bit Dream Theater-ish as well with female singing. It's pretty amazing. And then we'll do EBX to close out the show. So it's a pretty
It's very eclectic.
It's pretty eclectic.
And Mark and
It sounds
and,
like it's going to be really exciting. And
yeah, Mark
fun
and the
to-
DJs, they're going to bring a lot of hype to it, and it's
Nice.
going to be
We
awesome.
always come with the energy.
Yes,
Yes.
energy.
High
That is
energy.
your job.
High
That is
energy.
your
Closer.
only job, is to have energy.
Okay.
Bring it.
I'll bring it.
That's true. That's true.
Well, I think now might be a good time to bring this up because while all that was happening, I completely found out how to run the ad for
Yes.
our little thing
You
that's
found
going on
it.
here. But you won't know that because of the magic of podcastosity. But one of the ways that we can make this possible is because people advertise on here. And one of the people that believe in us the way that we think that lots of you believe in us is one of the companies. Do you remember the name of the company?
College dolls with cleaning towels.
And they have something that they would like you to hear. Hopefully that will be happening right now.
You want it clean? We're on the scene. College Dolls with Cleaning Towels provides dependable, on-time, likable, and loyal service. We provide you with a customized cleaning solution to fit your needs. Basic or deep cleaning, move-in or move-out cleaning, post-construction cleanup, homes, apartments, businesses, special events, and more. Our attention to detail is second to none, and we provide you with a cleaner, healthier, and happier environment. We are licensed, bonded, and insured, serving southeastern Michigan. Call now at 586-981-0814 or collegedallswithcleaningtowels.com. You want it clean? We're on the scene.
Well, that was just pretty amazing. And I don't know about you, but I have had them clean pretty much everything that I own, and they're pretty amazing. My car was like such a wreck. They came in, and then now my car isn't even the same color as it was before. And, my house was totally dirty and was condemned by the state, and they came in, and then it was they splashed water on me and cured me of sarcasm. So please check them out.
You see how clean the studio is, right?
What's that?
You see how clean the studio is?
Was that because of them?
College Dolls.
My goodness, man. And if you're going to get something clean, it might as well be by College Dolls.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what's the college doll part about?
Well, I mean, you know, like sometimes
really say in
when you're out there to clean things, and they have to be really clean.
They're trying to make a living while they're going to college.
Exactly.
Let's
Fair.
knock it
It's
off.
really important to do that.
I mean, it was either that or selling Bibles.
Collecting cans.
Or something like that. That's originally what I was going to say. But yeah. So anyway,
Okay.
Games.
Did games? Let me just ask. I got just a couple of funny questions. We're going to come back on after the next segment with our rapid fire questions, but just little off the wall questions, I guess. You know, how about? I guess I'm going to ask you all. So we'll start over with Q. You're on death row. What would your last meal be?
Damn. Kevin.
It would definitely be, it'd be ribs.
Ribs?
Ribs, loaded potatoes, and probably like a blizzard, Oreo blizzard,
Nice.
as big as you can
You
get.
guys remember that?
Like a bucket.
It's funny. You should mention that. Is that anybody else?
Johnny.
You guys just want to get a plate of
That's
ribs?
what I was going to say, just like one of those big tubs of Superman ice cream. I could just,
Superman ice cream's the
I
best.
could just devour that.
Just the ice cream? No meat?
Yeah, I mean, probably just that.
Oh.
Probably feel like dying after anyway.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
Right?
I know it's kind of a depressing question, but that was just a question I have, Dylan.
I was thinking about it. I'd probably ask them for some like king crab legs or something. Oh yeah. You know.
Something they'd have to go and find. It's
Yeah,
like,
so
oh,
make
now
it
we're gonna have, it's going to
difficult
take so
for
much
'em.
more time to.
And I know we're like going through here, but I want to
All
ask
right.
Mark.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it had to be some kind of Italian food, whether it was like a veal parm or
Yum.
lasagna or just something like that. That's usually what I go for.
Italian food's awesome. Phil, sexy Phil.
Sexy Phil.
What's your last meal?
This is the toughest question I've ever been asked in my whole life.
Are you out of the shot right now?
He's like, I'm
I'm
invisible.
I'm just relaxing. A nice medium well steak. Yeah, I like it.
Medium well?
Yeah,
Yeah, really.
medium
I
well.
think that was
No.
that got
I
me
thought
too.
he said
That
medium
was the only
rare.
one.
No, I don't
That's-
really care for. I just like the pink center.
I would like a burned piece of meat,
Pink
please.
center.
That's what
Yeah.
she said.
Yeah,
I think-
exactly.
That's what
wasn't
she
gonna say
said.
it.
That's okay.
And
Which
Just
is
the
the name
steaks?
of
You
the
got sides
album.
or dessert?
Mashed potatoes, gravy on the side, and then for dessert, a nice big chocolate milkshake.
Yum.
I would like to add something to mine. though.
Yeah.
I was thinking ice cream can't cut it for a whole meal.
Phil's grandma's empanadas.
Yes,
Oh.
she makes the best
Amazing.
empanadas.
Wow.
She does.
Every time I go there and she has them,
You've never
like,
bring any to
five.
the studio.
Why
Seth.
you bring
It's
some
been,
here?
it's been a while since she's
We
made
all
them.
got offended.
Can your grandma?
Girl.
And every
Bring some
time
to practice.
okay, so I'm out late, so she makes them. They're gone by the time I even get home.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it's
I
your
didn't
fault.
realize it was because you
Bummer.
just didn't
It's
love
my
us.
fault.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
'cause I'm
I'm
stuck
the one
here
keeping
working.
you out late.
I'm stuck here working.
Hey,
Can
It
we
only
invite
hurts
her
when
to
you
the
breathe.
studio
It's
to
okay.
make some?
I'll throw that out to her. She'd
Invite her
probably,
to the
she'd
studio.
probably love
it's,
it.
I'm,
Yes.
it makes me so hungry. Aaron,
Kind of getting hungry.
you're on death row. Why are you on death row for one? And then what's your last meal?
Probably for murdering somebody
Me.
who was for murdering Kevin Wesley Williams. That's actually truth. That's the truth. No, but to be honest, I would eat everything I can't because I'm just gonna die anyway. And that's like all things dairy.
They postponed it
I
at
would
the
eat
last
it.
minute.
You can't have dairy.
They'd be
just
like,
wants a cow
Sorry,
delivered.
we can't.
He's
It's going to be a
delivering
couple
Give me
of
a
days.
cow.
cow.
No, I want
Electricity's out.
mashed potatoes. I want ice cream. I want cannolis. I want.
You have thought about this.
I have. I want anything covered in Alfredo sauce. All the things I want.
You
Pizza.
can't have cream or dairy,
no,
right?
No, I'll die.
Is it hard though for you, like to not be able to do that?
It's no, because the consequences outweigh.
It's
Yes.
pain versus pleasure.
Yeah. So the
Yeah, the
consequences,
basic
it's worth
driving
it, but
human
it's
drive, yeah.
the only thing that's hard is eating out and trusting people when they're like, "Yeah, this is dairy free." I've been lied to before.
Yeah,
That's a good time.
I've
a
lied
great
before
time.
myself to people as a waitress when I was like 14, 15.
Yeah,
I
you
learned
don't know
not to
better
do it.
then. Yeah. You
Yes,
don't know
this is
better.
decaf.
Right. Like you just don't understand the because some people have caffeine.
I know, but
allergies.
I
but
wish
you don't think about that
you
when
don't
you're
think
15.
about it. Yeah, when you're 15, you don't care. It's
Bad.
just
And
like-
I would have sushi, but also yeah, sushi definitely. But everything else like completely dairyfied, if you will. Dairyfied.
Can you?
That's
Can
right.
you-
Deer in the headlights.
I don't know if you. Do you want to say your last meal,
Kevin?
Super Kevin.
I would have
I'd
to
like to
say
hear.
I would have an entire yellowtail fish.
like
You love
the
yellow
Just
entire
any
thing, the
fish
eyeballs
that
and
was
all?
just yellow tails.
Put wasabi all over it
Oh.
and just eat it raw.
No sushi.
No
Eat it raw.
consequences.
Very nice.
I just was wondering if it could either be one or two. I wanted to ask one more question of everybody, if we can go fast
for
with
it,
it.
Yeah.
2 pet peeves in the opposite sex. Can I start over here though?
2 of them.
And go this
Me?
way.
Yeah.
Let's hear 2 pet peeves about the
I
opposite
got
sex.
a pet peeve. The one is, how come the opposite sex has to be so fine? Man, that just ticks me right off. It's like, dang, man, why you gotta be so fine today? Man, I think that's both of them. Both of them. That's man, that's me. It's like,
That's a positive pet peeve.
madam,
I like
you
it.
are
Spit on it.
offensively beautiful, and I wish you'd stop it. Okay, that's mine. Y'all can go now.
Okay.
What you got?
Who's first?
Oh, we're gonna go backwards this way. So Aaron.
Oh, I thought I was gonna be last.
Spot again.
I would have to say, Mike is listening, so this is helpful for him.
Oh, okay.
Leaving the toilet seat up. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But
I fell in before. It's not
I
fun.
have fallen in.
Yeah.
And he's watching right now. Don't leave that toilet seat up. I don't care how sick you are right now. I don't know about another one. Honestly, that's one of my only
That's the one.
I
that
guess,
stands
and
out,
leaving
though.
things around that don't need to be left around. And maybe this is going back to living in dorms with roommates who just leave shit around. Just don't leave your shit around. Just put your shoes where your shoes go.
I think that's cross-platform. I
Clean
think
the
that's
tables where this goes for anybody. If I were living with somebody, it's not even necessarily a spouse. Just pick up
You wouldn't
after
want to live
yourself.
with me.
Pick up after yourself. That's all I'm saying. Just put the toilet seat down and pick up after yourself. That's all. That's it. That's all I got.
Sexy Phil.
One of mine is being told to put the toilet seat down.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Listen.
How the hell do you not see that?
We
What the-
fall
At
in.
least
Yeah,
we put it
Yeah,
that
up.
sounds like
then
a
it's cold on
listen,
your butt.
Right.
In
No,
the
that
middle
sounds
of
like
the night.
that really sounds like a you problem.
In the still of the night.
Yeah. 'Cause
In the
there's-
middle of the night.
Yeah, turn on a fucking light.
Sometimes you have to go bad.
Just
All
turn
right.
on a light. You can do it.
Okay.
There's a switch
Okay.
right there.
I'm
And
not
another
talking to
thing-
you anymore.
Okay. My next pet
I see
peeve
how it is.
is being told to put stuff away. If I'm
He's
living
my son.
Oh, shots
He's my son.
fired.
if I'm living there and I decide my shoes are gonna go where they are, that's where they're gonna go.
Listen, in the middle of the night, if there are
Full
shoes
night.
in the way while I'm walking in the middle of the night and I trip over those motherfucking shoes, guess who I'm pissed off at? Well,
Okay,
not
look.
you because you're not in my house, but the person I'm with. That's
I'm
what
gonna break
pissed
into
off
your house and move your
Guitar
shoes
band lives in one
Damn it,
house.
Phil.
just so you trip on them. I
They
mean,
all live in
I
this
do
world.
understand it. I kick myself and I kick myself in the foot because I leave stuff around. I trip over them later.
Yeah, it fucking hurts.
Yeah, I know, it's not great. But when I get told to do it,
Not
man, I
like
guess
do it, just please don't leave that there.
I'm gonna leave it there.
In spite.
All right.
Since we're going this way, we're gonna go over to Mark Miles.
Well, for me, I gotta have a girl that's hardworking, is very outgoing, who's not afraid to go chase her dreams. Shout out to my girl. She's sitting at home. That's Mrs. 24/7, man. She's all about it all the time, just like me.
Nice.
But, you know, somebody that can just stick with it and always keep the hustle up. And, you know, just the other thing probably is cleanliness, like your bathroom.
Important.
And clothes, and you know how girls can get.
Oh, yes, I do know.
Yeah.
That's probably the other thing.
Yeah. Makeup everywhere.
You know,
I'm a
not
messy.
too
I'm a
picky,
makeup
man.
messy girl.
I'm pretty
yeah.
easy going, you know.
That's
I
good.
understand
That's
the
good.
makeup struggle. I really do.
I do.
I understand.
Hashtag makeup struggle.
Hashtag makeup.
It's always a struggle with makeup. Dylan,
It is.
2 pet peeves.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been thinking about this the whole time.
I know it's a
I've
hard
had
one
to
because
start.
you have a
I'm
you have a
happily
lovely,
married.
beautiful
I've been
wife.
Married
Yes.
for 17 years now, and honestly,
So I don't-
think the best answer here is just to say
How about
I really don't have
your
any.
2 favorite things about the
Good man.
2 favorite things about your wife?
2 favorite.
You get a different one. You get a pass.
Goodness, Ash.
Probably just the fact that she puts up with you to begin with.
Number one,
She's
the
still
fact that
there.
she's
She's
kept me
awesome.
around for all these years. Absolutely. And, you know, I probably have to say just how important family is to her. It's you know, it's number one, and she puts the kids and even me a lot of times before her own self.
It's a
And,
selflessness is
and
such a good
she
trait.
is she really is an amazing woman. So I have to give her credit big time for that.
Another
can see
another
just
lady
some-
who has some awesome cooking skills.
She is.
That's
She's
right.
a great cook. She really has turned into an awesome cook.
Turned into.
Yeah.
Gotta love
Well,
I got a lot of good vibes from her just from speaking to her for about the hour we
She's
did when
awesome.
she was here. She is awesome.
Just
so
don't call her Jen.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Just don't call her Jen.
Kev likes to call her Jen, not
Yep.
Jess.
Q, what about
Q.
you?
Well, I'm probably going to be an island all by myself in this one, but qualities I look for in a woman have got to be, God, hairy legs. Please don't shave your legs. Got to be hairy. And,
Really?
Oh, always.
I'm gonna have to vote
You know
no
when
on that.
when you're when you're going, yeah, I want to feel that hair.
What,
And then,
what would your number 2 be?
Unshowered,
what about-
preferably.
Unshaved what?
Unshowered is my second.
Unshowered?
Yeah, I love them dirty.
Learning a whole lot about Q.
So,
here.
anyways, moving on.
So Johnny Vegas, what do you have to say about?
All right. It's hard to follow that. I don't know.
Two
I can only
pet-
think of one pet peeve,
One- okay.
but
Q's gonna
probably
get so
the
many calls.
expectation to text or message or call back immediately,
Yeah.
or else they'll just freak out.
Everybody
Oh.
expects that
That's
nowadays,
But
though.
listen, people have things to do. Like, you can't expect people to be on their phone constantly.
That's
No,
like-
that's
some
something
of
that's
them do.
recently come up
Like,
with
I
me.
don't freak
It's
out.
hard. It's hard to keep
Oh,
up.
I wouldn't
mean,
say it's with, like the girls in the band.
No, I just mean, like, it sucks that girls freak out. Like, it's...
Yeah.
Or anybody freaks
anybody
out,
in
because
general,
we're
like
dudes
always
do
up to
too.
something.
you can't have a like if you want to have 2 hours to yourself to go shopping, and someone says, "Why don't you answer
Right.
your phone?"
Well,
Well,
when
you
Right.
just want to put it down for a little bit sometimes, and just have
Yeah.
that breath of air where you're not being contacted. It hasn't. We're not used to that because back in the
Yeah.
day, I mean, even as 20 years ago, we just had a phone with an answering machine. But now
mean,
we're
like-
expected to be available 24/7, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go upstairs on purpose without my phone. I'll leave
Yeah.
my phone downstairs, and then I'll just like go clean my room or something. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody for a minute.
I
Because
was
you need a
talking
little
to-
break. Because a 1 hour job can take you 2 hours when your phone's,
Yes, exactly. That shit's a distraction.
It is.
So I'm
it's
totally
such a
on
great
board with
thing,
you,
but it
Johnny.
is such a
Totally on
distraction.
board with that. I don't freak out if people don't message me back. You have lives.
That's exactly.
Stop.
I want to get this
Exactly.
out though.
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend of mine, a musician friend, and he got offended that I didn't text him right back. And I got to the point now where I don't even look at my phone if I'm in the middle of something.
Yeah.
Let's say if I were doing a podcast or something, and my phone goes off, I don't even look at it.
Yeah.
So don't be offended. Because
Yeah.
if I look at it, I'm gonna have to answer it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Usually
it's gonna
look
be
at it
important
and then ignore
because
it.
you're all so important to me.
So
but that's
yeah,
the thing.
They are important. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't want it to be like, oh, you're not important. And then when we got together, my phone was not off. I said, you see that there? I didn't look at it. I didn't look at it because we're here now. You're with me now.
The power now. It's
See that
important
there?
to yeah.
That's
Yeah.
important.
Be able to be in that.
Because y'all are here with me.
I agree.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
take that, Internet.
Well, I think it is important to be present in the moment, and sometimes it is hard with so much going on social media and so many people. That's how we connect nowadays.
Yeah.
And basically, you can virtually see anything from anywhere. People are going live left and right. It's a great thing, wonderful, but at the same time, it kind of disconnects you from the present moment and being in there. So, who's
The
me to
digital
speak
world-
about that, right?
The digital world should
The
make
digital world
the
is great,
personal
but
world more important.
Yes, because it is important. Why are you laughing?
She's probably one of
Kevin's
them.
not paying attention.
Ah. Aaron,
Okay.
do you have any pet peeves?
Any pet peeves? Not really. It's I mean, I'm pretty forgiving, but mine was legitimately. It's like, man, madam, you're offensively beautiful. And I wish
That's
you'd
it.
stop
You
it.
did say that, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you did say that.
I mean, I went the circle the wrong way, come back like this. I'm like the crooked clock. All right.
Crooked clock. You're like that melting
excellent.
clock. Ever seen the melting clock where all the
Yeah.
numbers are like falling down?
I did see that yesterday at Roadshow.
Did you?
I did, and I think I'm going to get it. It was awesome. It just
you.
hangs on the corner.
That hangs off of a
Hangs
oh
off
my
the
goodness.
corner. Oh, the Roadshow's amazing. I think we need to get them for sponsorship.
That
Yeah.
I do love them.
We could talk a
That's
little bit
a-
about sponsorship for a minute.
I'd love to
Yeah.
talk about our sponsorship packages.
Because, like, something like this, I was just saying a little bit ago, when everybody was standing around just, like, preparing for the podcast, there are a lot of people that make this thing happen.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that you can help us keep things like this going is to sponsor us or to find out
Advertise.
how to advertise on us. I mean, because if you are pouring into us, we want to pour into you.
We'll
with
pour it all
content.
into you, too.
That's
Like-
all what she said. I'm
Yeah,
like,
some quick,
I-
mentions like Josh Ford, Kevin Wesley Williams. They let us use this beautiful facility, and
And
they
set up.
are sponsoring us. In essence, they are part of what makes this happen. And be sure to check out their website too, the Sound Shop. And like, what is it? Cleaning Dolls is just one of them.
You can advertise for 6 episodes, and it starts at $150. That's for all 6 episodes. That's correct, right, Aaron?
I think so. Yeah.
$150 to advertise, and I think that's a really good thing. And you can even get your commercial produced here at the Sound Shop
Yeah.
Studio. They do that. That is
If
part of
you
one of our
don't have a
packages.
commercial, but
Yeah.
you have
Listen to that
content
voice.
or a service, then perhaps you'll need us to build something for you.
Aaron is the voice of Hungry Howie's,
Yes,
by the
he is.
way.
Hey, I'm the voice of medical weight loss.
One of the voices of, and you're one of the voices for medical
The
weight
shape
loss.
of
I
things
am.
to come.
You
I
are.
am the shape of things to come.
Yes, you.
I mean, maybe not literally.
Can you
But-
give us a little sample of that?
Can you? Oh my God, I'm so excited. Could you? I'm so excited for both. I mean, the two don't go hand in hand, but
No.
you might need them if you have too much of the other. Could you sell me a pizza
Can I sell you a pizza?
real fast in 30 seconds? Sell me a pizza.
Right here, when you look and you wake up in the morning, sometimes you need a little pick-me-up. And as you get ready for your day and launch yourself into the darkness of the world, sometimes you need a pizza from Hungry Howie's.
Oh my God, that's
Or your company.
So contact us because we want to know what you're selling. I mean, if it's legal.
I like to. I think. Yeah, I love. You're just amazing.
May I say
Once
I would
upon a
just like
time
to.
in a faraway studio.
Yes, I want Kevin to say something, but I want to.
I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Everybody paying attention?
Yes.
Everybody pay attention.
What?
What you got?
Watch the control I have. Watch. Sexy Phil.
Hello, and welcome to the Sound Shop. You are listening to Motor City Music Society.
Hot, steamy, and fresh.
And be a part of
Oh.
us.
Is that Phil or the studio?
Oh.
The
Okay.
studio, the pizza, Phil, everything.
One,
You.
one more time. Watch.
Those-
Time here.
Watch.
Do you got, like,
Just
a
one more
remote?
time. Watch. Sexy Phil. Okay, I'm done now.
Did you just notice that he picked his guitar up? Is that what happened?
Well, I tried
He's
to
got a
give,
button.
I tried to get some background music to.
He was trying
these
to,
little
he was
things.
trying to background the commercial, so I was just trying to
okay.
help prod it
I'm-
along
I
a little
totally
bit.
missed that. I'm sorry. I failed at that one.
We have another song.
Yes.
We do. We have a final song.
This song here is called, wait a minute, Look Out.
Look Out.
Could you tell us a bit about this song?
It's a Johnny song.
Johnny.
Johnny.
Yes.
Johnny Vegas.
I don't even know the stories of half of the
forgot about
musical things.
It was.
Is it like look out, like watch your back, or make sure you're on the lookout, like for an
He
iceberg?
wrote the
or-
music
I'm not
part.
on that part.
I titled
Yeah.
it when we were sharing it, and I just
I actually
titled
typically
it, Look
go.
Out.
Yeah, no matter what you make the title, I typically go with what the title is. I find a reason to make it that title.
For pretty much most, I think every.
I don't think
song
I've
there,
ever
couple of
renamed a
them.
title.
Yeah.
You just have that
Something
gift,
we do.
man.
Yeah, it prompts me to write something.
I just remembered seeing I liked the lick, and so when I sent it, I was like, "Look out!" You know.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's what
And you
my
wrote the
mind
lick,
thought
though,
was,
Johnny.
anyways.
Yep. Yeah,
Johnny wrote the
it's-
lick.
He wrote it
that was
for
probably
another.
3 or 4 years ago
He
now.
wrote it for another band.
And then I reworked it for another band, and then
And
it came
Then I
back
found
to the
it.
original.
Right. Circled
Actually
back.
Came across it.
But
Yeah.
the lyrically, this is about me. And because I was at the end of a relationship, I was kind of fed up, and you'll probably figure it out. Honestly, that's pretty much it. I was at the end of a relationship. I had to walk away from something that was really hard to walk away from, and so I was. I wrote the chorus before I had the lick, and I had written it, and it just happened to fit with the lick that they sent me.
Oh, I love it when that works.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the words.
Pay attention to the words because they mean a lot, and it's like straight up what was happening with me when we worked on this a year ago or whatever it would have been. Not even a year ago yet, but yeah.
All right.
That's pretty much. I'll try to enunciate
Well,
so you can
everyone.
hear my words.
I'm so excited. This
Those
is
things.
the
Notice in
lookout.
Music Society. Look out.
Right now, I've had enough of this. Right now, I am a crazy bitch. Right now, I've had enough Yes. As I was singing it, I realized it wasn't so much about being fed up. It was more about, like, me needing to get out. Does that make sense?
It sounds very empowering, too.
That's,
like you're just,
that's really what it was.
That's what
The
I-
Like
sleep
that,
wherever
when
I
you
please
realize-
is like a, fuck you, I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah.
yes.
It's a
Starting
mean
over.
song, and I'm sorry, but
It's
you
not so
know.
mean. It's
But it's
like
true.
standing up for yourself and saying you're going to do
Yeah.
what makes you happy.
Yeah, but yes, thank you for rewording that for me. I was trying to get there.
Yeah, it doesn't
Just
make
wasn't
you-
quite getting there. It's a you do you boo kind of song.
Yes.
That's
you do
right.
you boo.
And it's
At
not
this
wrong
moment,
to do what
you're
makes
not
you happy.
living for anybody else. You're about to start over and just set the world on fire. Yeah. I think that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've heard the album. The album is amazing. Wow, that was louder than I expected. That was really awesome. And I'm looking forward to everything that you guys are. So say that website one more time.
EBXNation.com.
EBXNation.
It should be very easy to spell. That is the goal.
Yeah.
If you can't spell nation, then get a different phone.
So
Just go back to the alpha keyboard. You don't deserve a smartphone.
Is B spelled like with 2 E's? Or
EBXNation.com.
Nation. That's right. All right, cool. Well,
Rapid fire.
oh, rapid fire. Oh, we got to do rapid fire.
And some more. Yeah, rapid fire and more.
All right.
And more?
Yeah, this the first one's just a yes/no answer.
All right, what you got?
Okay, I'm gonna point. Are you ticklish?
Yes.
Ticklish?
Depends on yes.
Ticklish?
Yes.
Phil?
I'm gonna say no.
No. Because he doesn't want you to know where the spots are.
I'm just going to like start moving this way with the finger.
Are you ticklish?
Lauren says you're lying.
Damn, Lauren.
Damn it,
Lauren knows your spots.
Oh my goodness.
And we're back.
If someone knows your
wait,
spots,
I
then they
wasn't
can just
supposed
look
to
at it
go
and you're
there.
tickled.
He's got a birthmark we don't know about.
A birthmark.
That's what she said.
Yes, I am ticklish.
Ticklish?
Yeah,
Is
I'm
the
very,
album
very
title.
ticklish. I'm extremely ticklish.
I know, I hate it.
It's awful.
Are
I know,
you?
an awful thing. Yes.
Aaron.
Terrible. Aaron?
That's what we're doing when this is over.
Sound
We're having a
like-
tickle
We're having a
party.
tickle fest.
Come
That
on
can
up
be
to
one of
the
the
sound
themes
shop.
for the karaoke parties. Ticklish. Ticklish.
Tickle fest.
Tickle fest.
It's awful.
That's a little scary.
Mark Miles, you ticklish?
Wait, the internet
No.
just
Mark
exploded.
says
Nice.
nah.
Ticklish.
Mark said no.
Nah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He didn't even say no. He said nah.
Mark said he's not. Not him.
Kevin, are you ticklish?
Yeah, I think yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Were you going to
Maybe
say
I
in
asked a
spirit?
weird question.
Say yes or no.
And I had some more
Spots.
rapid fires. I got another rapid fire.
All right, what you got?
What are you most afraid of? You want to start here?
You.
Boo.
You should be afraid of me. I'm crazy. Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Females?
In the best possible way.
Are you scared of anything?
Is it me again?
It's you again.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Poor
picking on
Johnny.
you.
I
Probably
don't
just
like
like
spiders and snakes.
the open ocean.
Open ocean,
Yeah,
deep water.
Like in the middle
dun.
of the ocean where you can't see anything.
Dun, dun, dun.
Terrifying.
Dun, dun.
Dun, 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 Jaws.
Not even the sharks. I don't know what it is.
Being in the middle of the ocean, Q.
Say it again.
What are you afraid of?
I would think
Nothing.
probably my kids passing before me.
It's
Oh, man.
So serious.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Well, you asked a question.
no,
I'm
you
always
answered
serious.
the question.
That's
Just like my other
Yeah.
answers, always serious.
Dylan?
I forgot what I was afraid of after he said,
Man, I'm afraid of
Oh.
Q's answers.
I'm actually I'm
Kevin's losing it.
Kev, what set you off, man?
I'm
I think being afraid of
claustrophobic.
Q's.
Claustrophobic.
And I went to Erebus a couple years ago, the haunted
I've
house
never
in
been
Pontiac, and I'd never been. And there's a section where they put you in this little like room, and the door shuts behind you, and it fills with like the Chuck E. Cheese balls, you know, the fun balls and all that.
The fun
And
balls?
I thought it kept filling. Like, I mean, it filled up over my head. And I'll never go back.
I hear the
sounds
panic
scary.
in your voice.
I mean,
It's
and
the
then
most
they-
unsanitary thing.
And
too.
then you
Yeah,
stand in
people
there
lick those balls
for
and-
like 10 seconds.
kids
They
in the
let-
kids'
I
pits.
was-
Balls.
It's
That's what I was
horrible.
thinking when I went there, and they all
Well,
fell on me. I'm like,
Yeah,
It's
and they're
scary.
dirty
Get me
too.
outta here.
Yeah.
Dirty
Plus,
balls.
you never know. But that's probably why they don't have them around anymore, the jumping balls, because there's sometimes there could have been stuff in there, like
I mean, they had
needles
them when I
or
was a kid. I'm
who
okay,
knows.
you know?
What are you scared of?
What am I scared of? I'm not scared of too many things, but there's a few things I'm scared of. I'm scared of dying because I don't know how I'm
What?
gonna die. It's just
Sure.
one thing that I
There you
always
go.
wonder, like, what the hell's gonna happen to me, and that's
be
gonna
at
suck.
any time.
The
Yeah.
other thing that is losing my voice or my ability to hear because I'm a singer, because I'm a rapper. You know, I did smoke for many years, so I do worry about, you know, my throat, my voice, and
Yeah.
my ability to hear and make music. So
'Cause you wouldn't
if
be
I
able to
was
do what
lose
you
those
love.
things, I don't know if I'd be able to live with myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good answer.
I
Sexy
understand.
Phil.
It's along the same lines for me. If I lost my hands, I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
Yeah, I can relate.
Well,
Really?
Yeah.
That's very
It both the
interesting,
serious
Phil.
tone
You need
and
those.
not.
You do need
Yeah,
your
I
hands.
really do need my hands.
He's over there trying to
Hands
play
are
guitar with his
important.
elbows.
I mean,
I used mine last night.
All right. Oh,
And we're back.
Play bass.
I did too. I was clapping.
Cut the commercial.
Aaron?
Well, that answer collectively. I was just thinking about that the other day. What I would do with myself if I couldn't sing. I don't know what I would do.
You'd be like a killer mime.
I don't know, because I was just saying I couldn't hear myself at my gig the other day, and I was like debriefing myself. I was like, I hope it sounded good, because I couldn't hear myself, and I was like, God, what if I lost my hearing but I could sing? You would just have to like trust that you're feeling the vibrations, because sometimes as a singer, you know where is right and where is wrong, but sometimes you don't know, and that's terrifying. And also ants.
Ants? Really?
I have a phobia of ants, and it's really bad.
That's weird.
It's really bad.
In a world where tiny insects are king.
It's just like they invade your privacy in the worst way.
And they're quiet, too.
And they can't. And when you see one, you know there's more. Like, they just never. It's a problem.
Some of
Same
them
thing
bite.
with cockroaches and
Some of them do.
flies.
Yeah, but like.
Ants
we don't
are more
really have
scarier.
a ton of cockroaches.
No,
But
I
they're a lot
don't think we
militant.
do around here.
I mean, like,
I've never seen
in
any.
Detroit they exist,
Mhm.
but you have to be super dirty to have cockroaches. But ants, you can be the cleanest person, and then there are still ants in your house. Like, it's just,
That's
anyway.
true. That's
Ants.
very
I
interesting.
don't. Yeah, I don't like
Serious
ants.
answer
He is
and a
coming
not
for you.
serious answer.
All right. Did we
Kevin?
already talk to...
Kevin was about to talk.
Kevin,
Oh,
yes.
No. No, I can't tell my fear.
Why?
Then it'll get scarier.
Because it's just stupid.
Someone might do.
No,
Is it stupider than
There
ants?
are
tell
no
us
stupid
now.
fears, Kevin.
I told 10 people that I'm afraid of ants.
Yeah, man. It can't be worse than ants.
Oh
Sorry.
man, it's pretty deep. We'll let it go.
Mine is.
Okay.
I'm afraid. Well, I don't want to say I'm afraid of everything, but I do have panic disorder, and I was agoraphobic for a long time. So that's something I'd like to start speaking out more about
Yeah.
in my personal page.
That's important. I know a
Yeah.
couple of agoraphobes. Actually.
Yeah, I'm
What's
still in the
agoraphobe?
like agoraphobic. It is. Well, I have panic disorder, so I have panic attacks and anxiety. But agoraphobia is there's a lot of different forms of it. At one point, when I was 21 years old, I couldn't leave the house for about a year. It's just the fear of having a panic attack in a public place. Maybe avoid crowds and stuff like that. And people say to me all the time, "How could you be so full of anxiety yet you still get up and you can DJ in front of a wedding in front of like 500 people?" Well, I had to. I use music and karaoke and DJing to overcome a lot of that. So now I could get up and speak. It's so weird. But yeah, I do want to start speaking out about anxiety because a lot of the people that I talk to more and more have it in some form. So yeah, that's what I guess I'm scared of everything.
Good job.
I'm a pussy.
I wouldn't
put,
say.
well
I'm
put.
getting over it. I'm getting it over.
don't
I've made a lot of hurdles.
But to be fair, I think that anxiety is very real, and I know of
It
a few
is
people that have
terrifying.
really, really bad anxiety.
I'm one of them.
real anxiety, not
Yes.
like I'm okay, I can handle it, I don't take pills. Like people that
Have
are
terrifying,
medicated
debilitating.
and that are chemically imbalanced have very,
Very
real anxiety, and it's not being a pussy at all.
No, it
not
just
at
it,
all.
it,
It's-
I
think you're
started at 14 to
understating
have it. Yeah.
yourself. Yeah, and it's also I think the issue. Well, I think in my head, this is like a conspiracy theory, maybe, but like my generation, your generation, we're very close, but not quite close enough. I think we were all raised on medications.
Well, mine's a little bit less. When I first got it, I was 14, and I didn't know what it was. It wasn't nobody. I thought I was just going crazy.
Right.
Now,
It
more
feels
nowadays,
like that.
there's more information coming out about it, and I will mention it to somebody, and more than half the time they say, I've had that too. So, and I can relate. Or depression, they say,
Yeah,
I've had that
similarly
too,
so.
because I think everybody gets down sometimes. So yeah,
Yeah.
I like to. I know that I turned it into like a more
No.
serious
Well,
thing.
how
And I didn't even
awesome
mean
is
to
it
do
that
that
you
because
have
I
a
don't like to.
podcast?
It's hard to admit that to people about the anxiety and panic attacks, but it does, run in my family, and I have had it for a long time. But
But
you
it's
know what? You can always
important.
move and overcome. I've overcome so much.
And it's important that you tell your story because people will come to you and say, I
if
can
they
talk
need
to
help.
you. Exactly.
Yeah, and
that's
they know
the
you
same
can
thing
relate.
that I'm doing.
The same thing you're doing with
Mhm.
the endometriosis because they can relate to you and they can say, hey, I've experienced that before, and they don't feel
Mhm.
like embarrassed to talk to you about it. Because I was
Exactly.
always embarrassed to tell people. I hid it. I'd be like, no, I'm sick. I don't want to go there. I can't do it tonight. I'm sick.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, so.
No, yeah.
That was on a more serious note, but
No,
you know,
I
I've
appreciate
made a
that.
lot of I've made a
Awareness.
lot of strides.
You
and then there's
have.
always setbacks and everything too as well.
You're
so.
on a live podcast.
Exactly, and that would have been terrifying for me 10 years ago. And now
you're great at
you
it.
guys make me feel very
I'm afraid
comfortable
of
here
being
at the Sun Shop.
homeless.
You're afraid
You're
of being
afraid of being
homeless? Kev?
Yeah, he was gonna say.
Serious.
Was that what you wouldn't say before?
Yeah, just it's a horrible fear of being homeless.
But you've
I
been
understand.
home, haven't you? Before you've been. I don't want to say you've been homeless, but you
it's
have
funny,
had a
it's-
long,
You know,
fun.
it's funny. I left home at 17, and I feel like until I met Kathy Frost, I've been homeless.
Sometimes, yeah, and I know you.
For real, I
you
feel
are
like-
such a great.
I feel like my whole adult life, I've been homeless.
Because
And then I
she's
finally met
probably your
somebody
home, right?
That created a home.
Yeah, she
and
is your
I feel
home.
like
She's
I have
your
a
home.
now. So, yeah.
I see that, and I see that you love her so
Sappy,
much.
right?
So
She's
sappy.
a sweetheart.
Sappy
It's
stuff.
so cute.
It's not
But
sappy.
I
It's
have a
good.
fear of being homeless.
Because you've traveled around so much and done so many things in your life. I didn't mean to say you were homeless before, but you've been homeless.
A
Yeah.
lot, yeah.
Yeah, I'm scared of dumb people. Because they're
You're scared of
everywhere.
me.
They are everywhere, and anyone can be one. You can just be driving down the road and dumb person killed you, dying from dumbness.
Somebody
You be
else's
out there,
idiot
someone that,
idiot driving.
They have a gun or something,
medicated.
and normal people with guns completely okay. Dumb person killed, dead, gone. Dumb people is my fear.
That's good. I agree.
And there's a lot of them out there, so you might have to hide out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to get to
I'm
know
not-
people and like do albums with them and hang out with them so that you know. It's
I
like, did
wouldn't
you
say
pass the
dumb,
test?
but people who lack common sense, right? Is that what you're just saying, or really just straight up dumb?
I'm talking about straight up dumb people. You
Like
know who you
people
are.
who don't know how to drive that are going to just that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, so like there are
Because
people
you
who
can't
like
control what they're
legitimately
going to do.
don't
You
know
can
how
only
to
control
drive.
yourself.
And people who text and drive.
But there are people who will get in
Stop.
accidents and drive poorly because they're dumb. And those are the people that I'm afraid of.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yes. I see people Snapchatting and driving all the time.
I see women putting on their makeup
It's
while they're
dumb.
driving.
Exactly.
dumb.
It's dumb. There ain't no reason
What do you
for
What do
it.
you think about like
It is.
eating a cheeseburger and driving? Does that impair your driving?
No, that means you're kind of
Putting
awesome.
on your makeup and driving.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
You asked about women things.
That's your
before.
pet peeve for women. Yeah,
It's
putting
like,
on the makeup
you know
and
what?
driving.
You got to be shitting me. You're going 75 miles an
Oh,
hour
Putting makeup
down
on.
the freeway at 7:30 in the morning with a coffee in one hand,
Oh.
an eyebrow
Fucking
thing in the
mascara
other.
in the other.
You're
Oh,
driving
my-
with your frickin' knees, the visor's down,
Yep.
and you're putting your eyeshadow on. You're going 75 with your knee, drinking a coffee and doing eyeshadow. I want to hit you and knock you off the road and destroy you.
Oh my god.
I'll forgive it though if you're not swerving all over the world. But if you're doing it and you're dumb, then I'm scared of you.
They're dumb for doing it.
That is really dumb. I would think so.
But that's what I got. What else you got?
Swerving all over the world.
What else you got?
I just liked that.
Swimming all over the world.
Oh,
Swerving all
are you
over the
talking?
I mean,
are you
because if you're putting
talking
on
to me?
makeup, you know, and you're talking to the president, you got everything going on, and
Yeah,
he's
it's
like,
a lot
"Oh
of
my
shit.
goodness, oh, what's up?" But you're driving straight. That's cool. I don't even know you exist. You win. But
You win
the
the
moment that you do
game.
dumb things, accidentally killing people because of dumbness, I'm afraid of you. I'm afraid of you.
Okay, moving
I got.
right along.
Okay.
I just got a quick combo question for you, Aaron.
Sure.
It's not funny or anything, but it's just well, what's your favorite beauty product, and can you tell me the weirdest thing that's in your purse right now? Keep it.
Well, those are both really hard
It doesn't
questions.
have to stay PG either.
No. I wasn't trying to. I wasn't really trying to make it. My purse is actually really normal.
I got a fork in mine, so. But
You have a big bag
a metal.
too. I have a
know,
normal
it's
sized
terrible.
bag.
Is it for
So your purse is normal. There's
My
nothing
purse
weird
is
in
really
there.
normal. I think the weirdest thing that's in my purse is probably my selfie stick, and it's not even in my purse right now. It's out here.
You should see what's in my purse.
Oh damn. Yeah, there's nothing. To be completely honest, there's really nothing weird in my purse. But my favorite
beauty product.
That's hard because I have so many.
Pick one.
What do you have a favorite brand or anything that particularly stands out lately that you've been using that you like?
Perhaps a sponsor of the podcast.
Anything, right? Elf, please sponsor me, Elf.
Elf, you did mention they have a lot of good products.
Everything on my face is always Elf, except for my lips, except for my lipstick, which is usually Revlon or Rimmel.
And it's the
I just
stay
love this shit
one.
'cause it stays on my
stays
face.
so good. Mine's always smeared all over my face, teeth, hands, hair.
I don't
but
have-
hers
And
just
it's perfect.
stays in place. Yeah, I gotta.
I just need a sponsorship from them.
There you go.
We get a
Rimmel.
sponsorship going.
Yeah.
Once again, you can. What's your email to email about sponsorships?
Well, you can use Motor City Music Society
Okay.
at gmail.com.
Okay, Motor City. Okay.
Because I do check that one.
Okay, that would be a good
that's
place
probably a
to
good
email
thing
us
to
for
do.
sponsorships,
Mhm.
or you can even email us if you want to come in the studio and check it out for a tour.
Yeah,
We'd love to have you.
absolutely.
This is our Sound Shop Studio. In case you don't know, is in Macomb Township, right on. Sorry, it's on Gratiot.
45777 North Gratiot, Macomb, 48042. We're
across.
1/2 mile north of Hall Road,
Right
directly
across the
from
street.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
I want to say
KFC.
some stuff, too, just a side note about the studio. This is a climate-controlled studio with
That's a moment
state-of-the-art technology in both analog and digital technology. Your project can go from concept to completion straight to Hollywood from this studio.
It's not only just music, songs, and albums too. It's commercials.
Yeah, commercials. We do
There's
voiceovers
much
out
more
here.
video, right? Video.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's so much that
Audio,
Sound Shop
video,
Studio
too.
does.
Yep.
What's the best number to, or the best place to reach you, Kevin?
That would be area code 610. That would be Pennsylvania, 610-755-2132.
Or westmix@me.com.
Or westmix@me.com. Thank you.
Probably a bit
I'd
easier.
also love to come give you a tour, so you can just contact me. I'm Tammy
Yeah.
Lynn on Facebook. It is facebook.com/rainbow with 3 A's. RAAAINBOW. Sorry to plug myself, but I had to say.
Hooray. Of
Message
course.
me. I'll meet you here for a tour.
Yeah, and like we said, this Saturday, April 8th, we're kind of
having an open house. So come on down, all you. Yes, you. Come.
We will
Come
post
on,
on our pages, on the Motor City Music Society page, on the West Mix page, on the Sound Shop page, all about that in the upcoming days before Saturday.
And Mark,
I'll
I'd
come
love
through and be a part of that. Sounds
I'd
like
love,
fun.
I'd love for you too. And I really I've seen you before perform live, and I'd really like to see you again. I know you work with the Sound Shop Studio, and they did do your album, right?
We did a
One-
song here.
yeah, a song?
I re-recorded my song "Angel Wings" as well as we shot a couple scenes for the video right here in this
Mm-hmm.
room and right there in that room with the piano. And then I was blessed enough to have Aaron right here on my backup
I love
vocals and
it.
featured in the video.
I seen the video earlier. It was awesome, so I was jamming to it. Really good.
I love that
You can
song.
find that on your
It's
on
one
your
of my
Facebook
favorites.
page.
Yeah, absolutely. The video
really
is,
great song. Beautiful voice.
Thank you. Her. She's the one who's
She's got a beautiful voice.
I
Oh
try
my
to
gosh,
sing.
she's
She really
totally-
sings.
I try. I do my best.
You guys are cute.
You
I
all
try.
are great. So great.
So I think this is a good time.
Maybe?
Good time to close it out.
Yeah. Last
All right.
words? Any last words?
Anyone want to say
April 15th.
April
for
15th.
The Loving Touch.
Yep.
The
CD
wonderful Loving
release.
Touch.
CD release for That's What She Said. You can hear everything and more.
Follow
and there's
us
gonna
on
be a
social
pre-order
media.
soon as well. Yes.
Hosted by Mark Miles.
There you go.
It's going to be hot. Don't miss it.
All right, I'm Aaron GTV at Aaron GTV and AaronGTV.com.
I'm Tammy Lynn. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, happy Motor City Monday, and we love our viewers. We love you. So we will be seeing you soon next time, right?
Acoustic Ash next time.
Acoustic Ash next time. I'm so excited.
Me too. And
All
now
right.
we can leave.
Now we can do this here, all right?
All right.
Thank you very much, guys. Motor City Music Society.
Have a wonderful night.
Out.
Peace.
Peace.